You kids want some free candy?
Candy?
Nah. You kids want some free Jewel Pods?
No, I'm not in second grade anymore.
Who is this guy? You kids want a free 5-step 30-day program that'll let you utilize AI to make an automated YouTube channel where you can make $5,000 a month in passive income with only having to put in 1 hour of work yourself?
Oh boy, really? Growing up as a 90s kid had a lot of its own ups and downs. It still counts. Yes, I was born in 1999. But I was growing up in an age where the internet wasn't fully developed into what it is today. There was no TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or even for the boomers, Instagram Reels. No way to get your information at the snap of a finger, being a young child who wasn't chronically addicted to an iPad and had serious posture issues. I grew up in a small town in New York, and one of the most important lessons my parents ever enforced upon me was stranger danger. Knowing what to look out for when it comes to a grown-up that you don't know calling, knocking on the door, or approaching you in a park when you're just trying to hit sick tricks with your Heelys. Nowadays, parents can take the backseat when it comes to teaching their kids and just let them scroll on TikTok for hours, and they'll see countless stories of influencers catching people trying to meet up with kids and blasting them in a Walmart, or they can watch episodes of To Catch a Predator split into 30, 20-second segments so that they can perfectly grasp the small goldfish attention span of people growing up today. Before your parents could just let you into technology and have full-fledged access to the internet, I had something better. My father, wasn't going to let me learn from any old social media. See, my father liked infomercials, and there was one infomercial that caught his eye, and he said, "Damn it, we need to show this to the kids. We need them to know when they're in danger, when they should run. We need the help of Safe Side Super Chick." The Safe Side was an absolutely riveting 40-minute video made in 2005 set to inform kids about the dangers of strangers in public. I feel like stranger danger isn't as harped on nowadays. I'm not sure if it's because I am no longer a kid, and at 24 years old, every time I see someone that may threaten my 6'1", 230-pound frame on the side of the street, I think back and remember those very important lessons I was taught not so long ago. So my dad saw an absolutely riveting infomercial before he sat down to watch 60 Minutes on a Sunday evening. His eyes were opened to the most important video he had to show to his kids.
Hi, I'm John Walsh, and I'm on a mission to help you teach your kids how to stay on the safe side.
It doesn't help that the guy in the infomercial is absolutely dressed like someone who is going to kidnap your children from the park. I don't know if that's to help with marketing, but you know what? My dad was sold. The Safe Side was created by the founder of the Baby Einstein company, so their absolutely big-brain funneling scheme is that you get your children hooked on Baby Einstein from a young age, and then when they're old enough to make conscious decisions of their own and have an actual personality, you introduce them to the Safe Side, made by the same company that you know and love. It's genius marketing. So just like any brilliant infomercial, it plays some fun clips, sports an interactive DVD to watch with your kids, and it also comes with a poster, 3 safety badges, access to watch the music video, and a watching guide. Hey, if it was still around, I'd buy it. That's a hell of a deal. As anyone would do with access to a phone and a credit card, dialed in and purchased the single greatest DVD that would influence our young minds. Now, I don't know if my sister remembers any of this, but the Safe Side DVD was basically like Stranger Danger Dora. It was the Safe Side Super Chick going through different scenarios with your kids and kind of being like, what would you do?
Safe Side Super Chick.
That's me!
Fix it in post, never heard of you. We can do any effect we need in camera, on the scene.
Just a little thunder?
Okay, but this last time.
It definitely does not cause motion sickness to anyone, ever, at all. Safe Side Super Chick is a superhero from outer space that came to Earth solely to protect your kids in the face of someone who may be a dangerous stranger. That's it. That's her superpower. She can identify certain qualities about people and how they interact with you that might cause red flags.
They all look pretty nice.
Yep, but some of them may not be. Can you pick out the people that may not be nice just by looking at them? Freeze, please!
It's not like shallow profiling, you know, she's all above board. We talked it over with the government as well. They're all for it. It's legal. All right. Don't ask questions. Because the pea brains of children, myself included, could not keep up with very complex ideas, Safe Side Super Chick broke down her superpowers and her tips into 3 stages. Green, everything was safe, it was good to go, you have your safe side adult with you. Yellow, maybe ease on the brakes, things might not be what they seem, use caution. And then red, you're in imminent danger, you're about to be kidnapped, killed, chopped up, your body parts are going to be shipped to your family one at a time over a period of 3 years so they never quite get over your death, and so the killer can get all the satisfaction they wanted. But it's super simple and super easy to follow along with these steps. Because color is the same as on traffic light, good for kid brain to understand red bad, green good.
Hey, watch out!
It's absolutely ridiculous to hear the sound design in some of these older, I was gonna say films, but it's not really a film. It's like an info video short film feature length. It's like 40 minutes. I don't know what to call it. But the sound design is awful. Whenever someone gets a Safe Side super badge, you're gonna hear Auga.
Cool sound, huh?
Nothing's balanced. Thanos would be outraged. Pair that with an absolutely terrible green screen job like the one I'm using right now, and you get the absolute brilliance that is the Safe Side. Now, I will say, you know, I'm not here to just rag on it. I'm kind of like, this is a nostalgia trip from my childhood. I remember watching this and being like, yeah, this, she knows the secrets. She knows what's going on. She is my Safe Side super chick. But, you know, there's some good tips in there from, like, if an adult asks you for help with a dog, like, they should be asking another adult, not a child. Like, that is a red flag.
Do you know what these kids should do?
Let's get out of here. Yeah, let's go tell my dad. This is weird.
Safe Side super chick goes into people called don't knows. Everyone you encounter on the street who you don't know is a don't know. See how that works? If you don't know them, they're a don't know. Brilliant. The level of writing and storytelling within this fantastic tale is one for the ages. She goes on to explain the importance of having a safe side adult, someone who you can confide in, rely in, someone who you can care for, to be there for. I have James Woods.
My safe side adult is my grandma.
Pump the brakes. If I have ever had kids, on what world would I let them out of my sight in public? Ever. Now, all we have is little ticky-tacks saying, hey, that person who just randomly messaged you on Facebook and is saying they're 13 from Mississippi, first of all, why do you have Facebook? Second of all, red flag, don't do that. Don't message strangers on the internet, okay? Omegle is not for kids. It's for seeing penis. I feel like there are so many more things nowadays than just going to the park and having a man offer you free candy, which I have never actually experienced in my life, but I assume it's true because it's such a stereotype. Is that a thing? Do people actually offer free candy? The conniving adults that you see in the shadows lurking in a public setting don't feel like the threat anymore. It feels like it's all on the internet. It feels like behind every shady Instagram profile and online chat room, that's where they're lurking. In the darkness of your phone. It is my belief that children should not have unmonitored access to the internet until they're at least like 13 or 14. Even then, can they really be trusted to make sane decisions? I know I couldn't. As soon as my parents didn't give a crap anymore, I had a laptop, a smartphone, an iPod. I was online gaming, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world, but I've still run into pretty unsavory individuals. Anyway, segue. Here's a video of Safe Side Super Chick beating up a little kid.
Braxton is really great at karate, but he is just too small to fight a grown person.
And then it was the part of the video that I related to the most. You're chilling there, playing video games. I was allowed 2 hours a day, which was pretty generous. And someone knocks on your door, but your dad's in the can, indisposed. He only answers phone calls in there. He doesn't answer the door. What do? What would Safe Side Super Chick do? That's right. No answering doors without your safe side adult. You get a safety badge. I have to remember that this is a children's program, and I'm looking at it through the eyes of mid-20s self, not fully remembering what I watched back then, but seeing it now, like some of the scenes are like, hey little girl, what's your name? And they're acting all shady. And then she's like, I can't tell you. I don't know you. And I don't have my safe side adult. Oh my gosh. And then like the villain's like, ugh, good job staying on the safe side. Very good.
I can't tell you my name because I don't know you.
Now that's being on the safe side, young lady.
And I know it's to like reinforce to the kids that that's what they're supposed to do. But I just think it's funny looking back now. I feel like I'm lucky never having experienced one of these scenarios. And I think that's put me in a place where it feels outlandish that any of this stuff would actually happen. Only one time where I was ever scared for like my safety. And I was like 13 or 14 with my friends and our bike broke down. And this guy like Homer Simpson emerged from the bushes and was like, hey, do you need help with your bike? And we were like, no, that's good. We don't need any help. We're probably just gonna be on our way. And then he followed us for like a little bit, but then stopped. And then we got home and we were like, that was crazy. And I told my mom and she was like, that's crazy. Good thing you watched Safe Side when you were little or you could have been in trouble. So maybe it does pay off. But as a family, we sat down and watched the whole thing, probably talked about it after, I don't know. 2005, I was like 6, but I got a lot of stuff that I emotionally suppressed from back in the day, so who knows? Who knows what I remember from watching Safe Side Super Chick in my early 10s. How do you say that? Because you got like early teens, early 20s. How do you say like 6? Like around your 5s? Yeah, I was back in my 5s when I watched Safe Side Super Chick. Whatever it is, that's how old I was. I was pretty young, and you know, maybe it was important information, just in case, you know, a little just in caser. Kids today don't encounter strangers outside. They don't even go outside. They're stuck to their freaking technology, their smartphones, their tablets. Why on earth are we giving 5-year-olds iPads just so mommy can have some me time? Enforce a nap. We used to have quiet time. We were locked in our rooms and had to find a quiet activity to do. 2 hours of screens a day. That's what SafeSide nBURD says. You know, if you're someone who has a kid, monitor their devices. You know, there's creepy people online. Stranger danger nowadays is not what stranger danger was way back when I did it 20 years ago. Look at me. I feel so old. Just remember the green light, the yellow light, and the red light when you have to evaluate a situation. And if you are a child who has social media, that person you're talking to who has never sent you a photo and claims to be 14 and in your area probably isn't. You should stop talking to them, block them, and tell your parents. You can never be too safe. Remember to be on the safe side.